Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So kind of you to drop by today. I am working on a card, sort of old school, no computers used for this one. And it follows the theme over at Cut It Up, Thinking of You. And I invite you to play along, and I'll leave everything in the box below so that you can find it and join in that challenge with us. Here we are at the craft table. I have this lovely Christmas die that I've actually used to create these sort of daisy look flowers. I used an old file folder here to punch those. I also have some burlap and white cardstock. I've got some gold rush cardstock and ink as well as a sponge. I'll also be bringing out some embossing powder and ink later on. I have a circle punch and some glitter tape that I'll be using on this project. I'm going to start by inking around the edges of the vine and the flowers. Again, I cut these from an old file folder that I had used in a project prior, and it just happened to be sitting there on my desk. So I thought, oh, that'd be fun to use. So that's where I came up with those. Now I'm going to bring some Versamark in, and I'm just going to sponge over those, not covering them completely, just leaving it a little bit rustic or shabby chic looking. I'm going to cover that with embossing powder, and again I'm going to use my finger and sort of scruff some of that off of there before I hit it with my heat gun, and that way it'll come off looking like it's just got a little bit in patchy areas. Coming in with ATG, and I'm placing my burlap on with just 3 strips of that, and then I'll start gluing together my flowers. So I'm going to use a little bit of Barely Arts Precision Glue because it has a very fine applicator, and I'm just going to build those flowers, and now I can start putting it all together on my card. Again, I'm going to use some of that Barely Arts Precision Glue, and I'm just going to glue the little pieces and just stick them right on top of the burlap. I did find that this glue does work on top of the burlap. It just needs a minute to dry, so if you just leave it sit, it works out fine. I love that little applicator because it works so well to get into those little tiny vines and little pieces. I couldn't have done that with my Fabri-Tac. All right, I'm going to come in now with my circle punch and the tape, and I've just gotten those little circles cut, and I'm going to go ahead and place those on. If you have trouble removing it, you can use a piercing tool, and I'll show you again later how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and back my sentiment that I hand stamped, and there I am using the piercing tool to remove that tape again, because sometimes it can be difficult. All right, I'm going to place that on the card, and that finishes up this project. I've left it empty on the inside. I can just slip a little note in there or tape something in later when I want to write a message. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. Hey, come and join us at the Cut It Up Challenge. We'd love to see you. Comments or questions, leave them below. Bye.